Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. As you already know, this channel is about traveling, it's about adventures, my cruising. I'll be taking train rides and reviewing good food, well, hopefully good food. But today I have a true story to tell you. It was while I was cruising and going to another country. This was on a cruise, the story I'm about to tell, going to a foreign country. It started out that I wanted to take an excursion, which I decided at the last minute. The excursions I wanted while on ship and that I could book were all sold out. So I got off the ship when we got to port. Whatever I did, it would be in a group. I had made that conclusion. I wouldn't go wandering off by myself. I saw this man with a sign that offered a tour of the city. I also noticed that some people were boarding the tour bus that seated about 7, so I rushed over and this was a while back, and then I don't think they have changed it, but you pay your money for the tour after the tour is over. So I figured it would be fun. I would see the city, see how people live, rich and poor. So we drove down along the coast and I could see the beautiful homes and condos. By the way, I was surprised to know how affordable the condos were according to the tour bus driver. The scenery was breathtaking. The ocean was calm, and I could see people, including kids, playing in the ocean. As we drove further, there were vendors along the road selling everything from candy to fruits to clothes and many other things to offer. As the tour guide continued to drive up a higher elevation, those scenes disappeared. We drove higher and higher for what seemed for a while. As we were approaching a clearance, I could see 3 or 4 men crowded around a table. Well, not really crowded, there was only 3 or 4, and the table was like a table that you would have in your dining room to seat about 8 people or more. On the table, I saw bags of plastic bags of white-looking powder. And we can all imagine and come to a conclusion what they was. They were not getting ready to, that was not flour, and they were not getting ready to fry up some chicken or pork chops. So we got closer, and the guys were quickly gathering up the bags, and I could tell that they had heard the bus coming, and maybe they calculated the time, or was so engulfed in what they were doing that time got away from them. So they were gathering up these bags, see-through bags, plastic bags, and put it in another bag, and then it was seated they placed that bag, the bigger bag, under the table. I really don't think the other people on the bus noticed that. Then suddenly one guy brings out a very colorful, beautiful, exotic bird. The narrative was that we could get off the bus, take pictures with this bird for a reasonable price. Only a couple of people got off the bus. We were all tired, and I probably wouldn't have got off the bus anyway. I acted as though I thought the bird was beautiful, but I was afraid because the guys came over. Well, one guy came over, the guy that had the bird, he came over and was telling us we could take pictures. Now I told him I thought the bird was beautiful, but I was afraid of birds since seeing the Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds. I know you guys have seen the old classic, The Birds. When I said that, we all laughed. I had to play it off, guys. I felt that if those men had a hint that any of us saw something, the so-called white powder, we would not leave alive. To have tourists tell the authorities what they had seen was risky. And they were not going to let that happen. They were not going to let us get away to mess up what they had going on. I really felt that our lives were in danger, and the exotic bird was a front. To me, that was obvious. I put on my poker face and I sat in the tour bus seemingly unbothered because I didn't want them to even suspect that I saw anything. Finally, the other people the few people that got off the bus, they came back into the bus and we headed back to the ship. I did not tell a soul, not even the group I was traveling with. At that point, I was paranoid. And this was an experience that I would keep to myself, except for a few people when I got off the ship and went home. I mention it now to warn those of you who travel, whether it be by cruise line, by airplane, by car, going to a city within your country. Be aware of your surroundings. Be careful of the tours that you take in a foreign country. Now let me tell you this, let me add this on. This should have been in the story, but I just remembered it. When we left there, he continued to go up the hill. Now we were all tired, and that's what made some of the people leery, like, we're tired, where are you going now? And even one guy even said, where are you taking us? So he kind of backed up and went back down the hill, I guess. The mountain. I don't know. I could only see, I did not see it at a distance, so I really don't know where we were. Now, this country I was in, this foreign country I was in, this could have happened in any country, I believe, even those of us who are in the U.S. Listen to your gut, guys. Oh, my discernment was, but besides what I saw with my natural eyes, my discernment was on point, on high alert. Danger, dangers, red lights flashing, red flags waving. Put on your poker face when you don't know. If you see something suspicious, don't open your mouth unless you have an escape, which we did not. And even then, sometimes it's just best to shut your mouth up and put on that poker face. normal. Don't give any vibes at all of suspicion. Your life may depend on it. Take this story, which is a true story, take it to heart. This could easily happen. These are dangerous times. Yes, we're back to traveling more, having fun. We need this. We need some kind of normalcy to what we're still in, but things appear to be better. But still, keep your eyes open and your ears perked up. This is a warning to people that travel to seemingly safe places. And it might be safe, but don't be blinded by that, and don't be paranoid. I'm not telling people to be paranoid, but just keep your eyes open, because everything is not what it seems. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate your support.